What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Crypto Roundup Show. My name is Daniel Elving, and thank you for tuning in. If you're watching this from YouTube, be sure to smash the subscribe button, like this video, and comment down below. We like to continue to give you high-quality content, and this will help us out a lot. And don't forget to ping the notification bell so you'll be notified when Token Metrics creates new content for you. So, what are we talking about today? Well, I'm going to tell you about some top movers for this week, as well as some news you should know, as well as some things brewing in the NFT space. So, let's get to it. So, if we see from our Token Metrics Navigator for this week, the top TM grades that we have is PainSwap with a TM grade of 88, which had an ROI of 124%. Secret with a TM grade of 87 with a ROI with 59%. Cream with a TM grade of 85 with an ROI of 42%. Kava with a TM grade of 86 with an ROI of 26%. And GMX with a TM grade of 88 with an ROI of 20%. And this was dated on January 18th. TM grade is a great tool to identify coins that have strong bullish momentum. And so now I'm going to take you for the tokens that have the highest TM grade per sector. And for this week, the highest TM grade per sector we have for DEX is AnySwap with a TM grade of 88. For gaming, we have Phantasma with a TM grade of 75. For Metaverse, we have Rainicorn with a TM grade of 76. And for NFTs, we have Ecomi with a TM grade of 87. And now I'm going to tell you about the popular tokens with TM grades for the indices for this coming week. And for this week, it's Chainlink, followed by Harmony, Cosmos, Near, Metis, Paxcode, and TetherGold. And now if we go to the Token Metrics Navigator, we'll see what is being talked about for this week is, of course, Microsoft FOMOing into Metaverse arms race with the acquisition of Blizzard for $68.7 billion. Now, with this acquisition this makes Microsoft the largest video game company, surpassing Nintendo. And so they're going to go big with the Metaverse. I feel that institutions are going to go big with GameFi, NFT, and Metaverse. And you'll see a lot of institutional FOMO happening around those three. And so, as you know, Facebook, rebranded to Meta, and a lot of Microsoft employees were snatched from Meta. And so, Microsoft wants to turn this around and go big into the Metaverse from doing this acquisition. And so, as we can see further down, of course, Bored Ape Yacht Club is really being the big trend with merging with media and tech, and with a lot of celebrities coming on board with this, it's going to bring more people wanting to go into these NFT space, especially with bigger celebrities and all that stuff as well. And so we can see that, there's a DAO that's coming called Vita DAO to help you try to live longer. And so they want to represent intellectual property, patents, and licenses for therapeutic research projects. And their data assets are generated by funding research and development around its research projects and NFTs. And so Twitter is coming big into the NFT space with doing NFT verification on their Twitter profiles, and Coinbase striking a deal with MasterCard for NFT payments. And so what's this going to mean is that they want to make it easier for customers to be able to purchase NFTs through cards. And so this is going to have more mainstream adoption since NFTs are being rebranded by Coinbase as digital goods. And so if we look further into this, by teaming up with MasterCard, Coinbase executives said they're looking to reduce friction in the NFT buying process. So according to MasterCard Raj, getting more people involved safely and securely is perhaps the best way to help the NFT market thrive. As it does, MasterCard sees even greater potential for NFTs underlying tech to go beyond art and collectibles into many more areas. And for the next news, as you know, crypto.com was compromised. 483 accounts were compromised, and approximately $33.8 million in crypto assets was stolen from crypto.com following the breach on Monday. And so it was revealed roughly around 4,836 Ethereum, 443 Bitcoin was approximately stolen, approximating about $33.8 million. This is why, guys, it's really important to not rely on leaving your crypto on an exchange and to keep it in a crypto wallet, especially one that's a cold storage wallet. And, for me personally, I prefer to have ones that are completely offline, that are basically not accessible through Bluetooth, not accessible from USB, completely offline. And the safest way to do that is through only via QR code. And one that's doing that really well that I actually own is Ngrave. And so they are a hardware wallet that I think is going to do really well. They're EAL7 certified. And so I would highly recommend looking into crypto wallets that are solely through QR codes so that you are going to be safest from having stuff like this happen. And so now moving on to our next article. As you know, Bitcoin is being banned across different countries, just like with Iran, just like with China. Russia is the next one that is thinking of banning crypto mining. And as you know, Russia is the third largest crypto miner. And so, number one is US, number two, Kazakhstan, followed by Russia. And so this would be a huge drop in the hash rate if this were to play out. And so the Central Bank of Russia is proposing this ban. And so what they are saying is that cryptocurrencies bear the hallmarks of a pyramid scheme and undermine the sovereignty of monetary policy, posing a threat to the Russian financial system, according to the central bank. Potential financial stability risk associated with cryptocurrencies are much higher for emerging markets, including in Russia. This is due to traditionally higher propensity for saving in foreign currency and an insufficient level of financial literacy. So mining hurts the country's green agenda, jeopardizes Russia's energy supply, and amplifies the negative effects of the spread of cryptocurrencies, creating incentives for circumventing attempts at regulation, according to the Bank of Russia. And in Russia, roughly around $92 billion of assets are held in about 17 million crypto wallets. And to our next news we have is EU regulator calls for a ban on proof of work mining used by Bitcoin Ethereum. As you know, like I mentioned before, that they had a council on the proof of work mining in the United States. And so other countries are looking into banning proof of work mining. And so this is being played out because they're seeing of the high energy that is being used from proof of work. And so there's needs to have a discussion about shifting the industry to a more efficient technology. The financial industry and a lot of large institutions are now active in cryptocurrency markets, and they have environmental, social, and government responsibilities, according to Thedin. The solution is to ban proof of work. Proof of stake has a significantly lower energy profile. And so this is going to, have an effect on, the mining, since, 118 more years of proof of work mining will happen for Bitcoin. And so a lot of countries are looking into more greener energy alternatives, as well as proof of stake options for certain crypto that are proof of stake. And of course, Ethereum is planning to shift to proof of stake, and we hope to see if they plan to do that this year. And so for the next news I want to talk about is, of course, that the market is tanking, and there's been a clear indication of correlation between equities market and the crypto market. And so centralized liquidity appears to be dictating the market value of cryptocurrencies, promising decentralization. And so the sell-off in stocks and largest cryptocurrency caused extensive damage to the broader crypto market. So Bitcoin fell to a 5-month low, 38,300 in the Asian hours, and Ether fell 10%. And so all crypto market sectors, including gaming and metaverse, traded in the red and suffered more significant losses than Bitcoin. And according to Levitas, it appears as though the whole market is simply correlated to equities now. So it will be interesting to see how that evolves, with Federal Reserve looking increasingly likely to raise interest rates faster. And so Bitcoin began losing, from the NASDAQ 100, S&P 500, dropping more than 1%. And so according to Arcane Research Weekly, currently the S&P 500 seems to dictate the direction of Bitcoin in the overall crypto market, evident by correlations reaching new highs. Bitcoin's 90-day correlation to the S&P 500 is currently at its highest since October 2020. And according to Keiko Research, Bitcoin's 30-day correlation with the NASDAQ 100 and S&P 500 has risen to a 17-month highs. And according to David Bell, founder of macrodesiac.com and UK growth sector at TradingView, we're now expecting 5 Fed rate hikes this year. And according to Anna Wong, the chief U.S. economist for Bloomberg Economics, 50 basis point Fed increase is warranted at the March meeting. And for even Ether seems to be tracking equities. According to blockchain analytics firm Into the Block, Ether's 30-day correlation with NASDAQ has strengthened to 0.86. And of course, the key to sustainable Bitcoin price recovery is renewed institutional participation. And according to Lauren Kesis, a crypto exchange traded NFT expert, the awaited institutional inflows have still not returned. And with $40,000 Bitcoin support broken, the wider market has been pushed lower. And there are still $100 million worth of longs open, half of which is BitMEX exchange, which I have not seen for a while. Since Bitcoin dropped overnight, these long positions on leverage are margin called, and it's only a question of time. And according to Robbie Liu, a researcher at Crypto Financial Services, the loss of the 40,000 mark today will likely lead to a more bearish sentiment, which in turn could push the price further down to even the July low of $30,000. And so now we're going to go to what's happening with NFT. And so there's a big trend right now with, having NFTs with sentimental value, just like how we have sentimental value to physical things and living things, and there's this thing called scan your dog and go walkies in the metaverse. And so virtual NFT pets are getting popular. So, just like how Tamagotchis were popular back in the day. And so new research suggests that during the height of COVID-19, the number of people searching for a furry friend to keep them company hit new highs, not only physically, but also in the metaverse. So the metaverse is widely regarded as the next iteration of the internet, as a virtual world of Web3, facilitated by virtual and augmented reality. And so there's a number of different ways to purchase and adopt a pet in the metaverse. Just like in Decentraland, you could purchase a puppy, take it for a walk, buy a fish, display it in a bowl. You could also buy NFTs on the NFT marketplace, just like OpenSea, as well as Salon Art and other NFT marketplaces out there. And so there's this one called Classic Dosh. And so it allows you to scan and tokenize a 3D rendering of your pet in the real world and bring them along in the metaverse with you. And so Sailor Howell, the head of growth partnerships at Classic Doge, said, although the pandemic may have provided an igniting moment for pet NFTs, they were an inevitable development of the metaverse. If you look at the facts, the world is changing, and I think that it's shaping up as a very good opportunity in the metaverse to start virtualizing the things that we love. And so, according to market director Kate Cooper, it's becoming a gateway for bringing your real pet into the metaverse. Down the road, you could walk your dog again, have her sit down next to you, even though she's passed away. And so this will be interesting to see how this project evolves. And so moving right along, we have Gap entering into their first NFT collection. So the retailer is having their own NFTs to bring. for their iconic product to new and existing customers in the rapidly evolving digital ecosystem. So giving customers opportunity to own a limited edition collectible Gap hoodie. And so according to Chris Goebel, Chief Product Officer and General Manager of Gap North America, Gap has always been at the intersection of music, art, and culture. So we are excited about this growth opportunity in the digital space with artists like Brandon Signs. And so they're going to be leveraging Tezos, an open source blockchain, to create the customer experience. And according to John Strain, Chief Digital and Technology Officer of Gap, as part of our mission to create enduring customer relationships, our teams are constantly innovating. We are excited about the possibilities that a more planet-friendly blockchain technology can unlock for us and all the new ways it will enable us to connect with our customers. And so moving right along, I wanted to share with you guys Mimikry. It's basically a decentralized derivatives market for NFTs. So as you know, NFTs, the biggest risk is with liquidity. You need to find a person who's willing to buy your NFT in order to sell it. And so they want to create a decentralized derivatives market for NFTs. And so they want to bet on if you want to bet on the future price of your favorite NFT collections with virtually unlimited liquidity and no slippage. And so the NFTs are, of course, like I mentioned, illiquid by design. So without a protocol like Mimikry, NFT speculators are at risk of being stuck with a portfolio of possibly worthless JPEGs. And so this mimics ERC20 tokens that follow the average value of an NFT collection. And so the use cases for this, of course, is access. So you could bet as little as you like without any restrictions. Number two is liquidation. If you sense trouble in the market and you want to liquidate everything, you can. And the third case is shorts. If you want to short the market and bet on the price falling, you can do that. And number four, they'll be able to have bots to play with NFT markets for trading. And so that's something that they're planning to have, as well as when it comes to taxes, because as you know, the IRS treats NFTs as collectibles. And so the long-term capital gains is 28% compared to 20%. So since the ERC20, you would save in 8% there. And so moving right along, we're going to talk more about NFTs. Fluff World went beyond and raised over $1 million through Auckland City Mission Charity. And this is for charity with the homeless. And they partnered with Snoop Dogg to team up with this. And it was really nice. So, the Fluff is an NFTs for being animated NFTs with music. And, they have partnered with Snoop Dogg on this. So they've created this new one called Barrows. It's basically their virtual real estate. So Snoop Dogg is having 500 of the Barrows being randomly in there for his own virtual real estate that you'll be able to, if you get lucky, you'll be able to get if you purchase the Barrow. And so they were auctioning off 7 of these Barrows with an NFT Fluff. And so they've already done the auction and got $1 million worth for providing to the charity for the homeless, which is pretty awesome. And so the past week has been a big stepping stone for Fluff World after securing a partnership with rapper and celebrity Snoop Dogg, who is working to create his own NFTs as well as themed digital merchandise. And so the Fluff team are also working on music collaborations for their new Party Packs concept, which includes work with electronic duo Disclosure. And so the big thing is that when we look at the Metaverse, there's possibility for even a record label to go enter into the Metaverse. So one of the most promising examples of Fluff World's potential to be a truly dynamic, multi-channel world is their partnership with NFT music collective Hume. So according to co-founders Jay Stoller and David Berner, Web3 version of a record label, Hume is the NFT music minting service that allows Fluffs to commercially own and display exclusive music snippets in their character environment. And so, according to record producer Gino the Ghost, we're creating music-driven metastars. The next Billie Eilish or Drake is going to be in the Metaverse. So all these creatives are so tired of labels and the royalties, and music NFTs are a way out that isn't a cash grabby. And so it's not in how artists generate revenue, but how fans can benefit from their artist loyalty. And so we're going to see interesting things being developed in this space. And moving right along to our next thing with NFTs, we got UFC joining NBA as well as the NFL in Dapper Labs for the sports NFT suite. So they're getting into NFTs now. The place will feature NFTs of iconic moments in the fighting league's history. So the Ultimate Fighting Championship, known as UFC, is lunging into non-fungible tokens with the launch of UFC Strike, its own NFT marketplace in partnership with Dapper Labs. And so, of course, Dapper Labs has also done NBA Top Shot. And so it'll be interesting to see how other sports leagues are going to FOMO into the NFT space. And so the UFC Strike is going to launch on January 23rd, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And so you can find out more details about that, and moving right along to our next thing I want to talk about is with this talented NFT artist, and he is going to be doing really well in this space. He's already collaborated with, doing visual artwork for Steve Aoki as well as Justin Bieber. And so his name is Gal Yusuf. And so he's launching his own exclusive Meta Eagle NFT Club collection. And you could just look at the artwork here. It's really detailed and really, really looks nice. And so he's already well established in the NFT universe at the age of 28. The artist, known worldwide for his Crypto Bull Society collection, traded for more than $50 million in returns. And so this new one that is going to be released soon is known as the Meta Eagle Club. And so if we can see here, he's going to, launch this soon. It's going to be something to look into, and a lot of celebrities apparently are going to be coming on board to this project. He is interesting enough. He's influenced by Picasso and, a lot of, older artists and all in the space. And so I'm looking forward to seeing how, he continues to develop, NFTs in the future. And that is all I have for you today. And I thank you for tuning in. And now I'm going to ask the question to you. What NFT projects are you interested in? Comment down below. Thank you for tuning in. And I hope to see you next time on the Crypto Roundup Show.